place and salute. 2. Chaplain, or uncovered, please. Chaplain, will you lead us in invocation?
O sovereign ruler of the universe, art the Lord of hosts and God of peace, without thee our efforts are in vain. Continue thy blessings upon us, we pray thee, and guide us during our deliberations. We beseech thee, O God, to bless the dependents of our departed comrades, and to comfort all who gave their beloved ones to our nation's cause. Bless and strengthen the sick, the needy, and the afflicted. Bless, we ask thee, the widows, the orphans, and help us fulfill our duties toward them. Continue thy favor upon us, and help us to practice the spirits of true comradeship, both in our councils and within the world at large. Enable us to better in the community in which we live through our devotion to duty as citizens. At this time, we bow our heads in reverent silence, prayer for our departed comrades. These on all other necessary blessings we ask of thee, mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Amen. In memory of our departed comrades and the comrades of our fathers, veteran parent, let us stand in silence. POW empty chair ceremony. Resolution 288, adopted at the 67th National Convention of the American Legion, and Resolution NC 2-94, adopted at the 23rd National Convention of the Sons of the American Legion, calls for the designating of the POW empty chair at all official meetings, calls for designating a POW MIA empty chair at all official meetings of the Sons of the American Legion as a physical emblem of the thousands of American POW MIA still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of all those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to the vital endeavor. We do have the POW MIA table in the room. We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Covered. Recite the Constitution of the Sons of the American Legion. Proud possessors of Christ's heritage, we, the descendants of the veterans of the great wars, associate ourselves together as Sons of the American Legion for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, maintain law and order, foster and perpetuate the true spirit of Americanism, preserve the memories of our former members and associations of our forefathers in the great wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and the nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to proclaim his will on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our friendship, to promote equal helpfulness, and to adopt and letter and spirit all great principles for which the American Legion stands, and to assist in carrying on our country. I now declare the 14th District Spring Conference now open. Attachment of Ohio regular now convened. Okay. We have a roll call of officers. And the roll call, please.
Commander Carson,
Here?
first vice,
Here.
second vice,
Here.
finance officer excused, adjutant, I'm here, chaplain, we actually don't have one, and sergeant arms.
He's at a family event.
Excused.
Okay, roll call squadrons, 19. 209. 281, or 272. 281. 331.
6.
449. 496.
2.
566.
5.
674.
2.
685. Mr. Commander, you just squeaked by a quorum.
Very good. So now we have an official meeting. All right. We have a member from 331 to give us a welcoming.
Well, I'd like to welcome you guys back again. I think we held it here last year, April, and just appreciate the ones that did come out today. You know, wish it'd be more, but you know, it's about all I got to say, and thank the head table for all you do. We got food afterwards, so stick around, eat, and get you a drink at the club. You get one free drink for hanging out. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. For guests today, we have Kathy Brookhammer, our auxiliary president, ma'am.
Commander, thank you for inviting me. My year's coming to a close. I only have a little while left. I've enjoyed my 2 years. I've enjoyed coming to your meetings, and I hope you'll extend the same to the next district president so that she will come. And I wish you a successful conference and good luck. Oh, and you're invited to mine on May 31st.
Commander. Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I won't take a lot of time up. I am the commander. You're timing me. I'm the commander of the district, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. One thing that I want to bring up is, you know, we're always looking for membership, right? I mean, the membership for the SAL is pretty low. So is the Legion membership. Kathy, for the last 2 years, has dominated me, and I don't appreciate it, but I owe her a dinner, and I'm going to pay. I owe her a dinner, and I will pay it off. There is one thing that's happening that I'm trying to spearhead for the whole district is we're putting together something with Family and Community Services, who does Valor Home and Freedom House. It's going to be called Putter Ball. Has anybody heard of it before? It's kind of new. It's basically putt-putt golf instead of a golf outing. So we can bring younger families and younger veterans. And what we're going to do, hopefully, is open it up to every Legion post in District 14. Post 496, Mike Post Kent is going to kick it off. Proceeds that will be raised will go to that post. And what we're gonna have is people apply to do it the next year and the year after that. So it's not just gonna be for one post, it'll be for any American Legion post in the district. The money raised last year that didn't go to veterans at all was like $20,000. That's a lot of money, I think.
On putt-putt golf?
Putt-putt golf.
Wonderful.
I think it's like, I don't know what it's gonna be for kids, but we wanna bring it open for families where they raise most of their money is sponsorships. So small businesses, large businesses sponsor it. There'll be more. I'm gonna have another meeting. We're gonna set this up. We're gonna try to do it right with Family and Community Services. More on that, but hopefully it will bring in not only money for our posts, but it also brings in membership with younger people. That's what we're lacking, and that's what we're hoping to do. Kick that off and do even more things for the younger people to come in. So, Commander, thank you very much. I hope you have a great convention.
Mr. Commander, anybody from 175 here? I passed right over their post on reading it, so, okay.
Okay. How's about past district commanders? Here you got one state officer. John, aren't you still a white cap?
Oh, no, I'm not a white cap this year.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
No, give me a couple more years, I'll get one of those again.
Okay. Okay, past district commanders
For the SAL or for?
for SAL.
Oh, for SAL.
SAL, past district commanders out there. Oh, come on.
I'm it.
Okay, that's Fred. Fred's past national commander. He's even got a gold cap now.
All right.
How many years for him to get that gold cap, folks?
My original one is back in my briefcase. It survived a house fire 13 or 12 years ago. And it's taken them,
About that long.
it's taken them 5 years to actually replace it. Dave Cobb started the process, and then Scott Thornton started it. It took Scott almost 2 years to get it processed out.
And my hat's been on order since August. I
Sounds
still
about
haven't
right.
got it. And we just canceled the order back in March. And it still hasn't got here. The new one hasn't got here. We ordered it since then. So,
Yet the weird thing on that one is George ordered his about the same time. He received his.
I think
They
it took
lost
me
his
like
order.
3 weeks.
oh yeah. I talked to National and they said, it's sitting here on order. I could see it on your computers. But it's just sitting here. And we can't get it out of the computer to get it made. So they told me to cancel it. Yeah. They saw me cancel it on their computers. But they wouldn't process it. Okay. How about the reading of the last minutes, Fred?
Technically, the last meeting we had, we didn't have enough members there to even hold an official meeting. But we had, Scott Thornton was in doing a report on how to do all the paperwork and that. So basically, we just talked with Scott, and we had 4 surprise guests. Tim Conway, Detachment Commander, Todd Bedlick, the 2nd Vice Commander, Jeff Vrabel Jr., the 1st Vice Commander of the detachment, and Mike Kennedy, who's a candidate for chaplain for the district, for the detachment of Ohio. They all showed up. They'd been in Cleveland for meetings with the 13th district. That ended quick, so they all got on their car and all hustled down to the 14th district, down to the CS at 566. So that basically was all that happened last week meeting. Did talk about few events coming up. 496 with their breakfasts, 331 at their breakfast they were having at that time. Finance report at that time was $455.55.
Okay. Can I have a motion to accept our minutes as submitted?
Motion to accept is read.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the minutes?
Point of order, since it was an official meeting, you can't accept the minutes because technically it didn't count.
No.
Okay,
So it's,
don't have to accept the
yeah,
minutes.
don't have to accept it, it's basically informative.
I'll make
Okay.
a motion to take mine and stuff back.
Okay, so the minutes don't need to be read, or recorded. Okay.
Somebody looking at it.
Since our finance officer isn't here, he did leave a copy of the finance report. Everybody should have a copy that he did disperse. He started at $455.55. He had check deposited on 2/6/25, a per capita check of $65. Raised it to $520.55. Deposit from a 50/50 drawing of $75, raises up to $595.55 as a finishing amount. Can I have a motion to accept Steve's finance report?
I'll make a motion to accept Steve's.
That was.
I'll second. Could I have names, please?
Dan Mouse, Kerry Kelly.
We have a motion and a second.
So it's Kerry Kelly, the second
This
one.
is the second.
Yeah.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion. Sir?
Whatever happened to the other account? Did we get that back, or is that money lost?
I was at the bank the other day talking with the new manager at the branch that was giving us all the problems. She's pulled it up, she can't understand why it happened. She says, give me at least 2 weeks or more to get into, find out why they did what they did. When she pulled up, she says, I see all the paperwork that you folks filed is on file for Dave's passing, the whole works. She said, but what happened there? She said, I'll have to get into it a little bit more to figure out what's going on. So she told me to give her a couple weeks and hopefully she'll have a straight answer for us.
Hey,
Like she said, they changed almost the whole entire staff in that branch because they were having trouble with everybody. The one guy's job did get cost because he argued with us that even though David passed away, they needed Dave's signature on the account to do anything with. And that was crazy. And we even showed him copies of David's death certificate. Pebbles even sent him more copies of it. And the guy said, we still need his signature on it to do anything with the account.
That's sheer incompetence right there.
And to say, what we're
That's
supposed
the
to
reason
do,
why that gentleman
we can
was
at
fired.
Bernie's the whole thing?
That's why, that's, like Bob just said, that's one reason why the gentleman was dismissed from the bank.
okay. Can I? Go ahead. Any further discussion on that motion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Against? The motion carries. Membership report?
When was this one for that?
That was the last one, it just come out on Wednesday.
Okay, as of Wednesday, The district was sitting at a total of members to date of 936, and for the district, we need 995. 19 has got 16 members in, their quota was only 15. Come on, eyes. Pretty bad when you gotta take glasses off to read even with bifocal. Stowe needs 179 for the year, and they've got 171. 209 needs 18, and they've got 17. 272 is quota, they needed 16, and they've got 16. Cargo Falls need, Cargo Falls needed 191, and they've got 197. Ravenna needs 139, and you've got 125 as of this report. 449 needs 31, and they have 22 in right now. Kent needs 121, and they've got 106. 566, we needed 119, and we are currently, as of yesterday, sitting at
129.
129. And we are out of blank cards completely now for our post, our squadron. Wyndham needs 59, and you have 53 in. And Streetsboro needs 107, and they've got 87 in. For a total of for the district of 94.07%.
And we're in 8th place.
Definitely glad to see 449 get some members turned in. And that's my report.
Thank you. District activities, with Jake not here, we can't answer that one.
Technically, that's not Jake, that's
I'm
George.
sorry, George. I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry.
No, I
Step
see
around
it.
here in front of the camera. Come on in front of the camera for a change.
I like being behind it.
We know
So
that.
that's why I like the second voice. I'm back there. We haven't had any significant district activities. We definitely could use some ideas. I know we've been discussing some stuff over at 566 for ideas. One of the big things is to remind everyone, if you have an event going on at your post, send the information to our district Facebook so I can get it up there and help you promote it. That way, I know each page has its own, we each have our own following. The more it see it, the better. And, it's also a great way to show people that we are doing stuff and not just sitting around a bar drinking. And that's how we will get the families involved. I know there's a lot of my younger friends, they don't drink. And that has been why they don't want to get involved with the American Legion in some form, because they think we're just a bar. So the more we can get out there into the publics, when you have events and dinners showing that we have more, we need to do that. So make sure send it to me so I can repost the information. If you ever have an idea, I'm always open to more ideas, because honestly, I'm drawing a blank on a lot of stuff lately. It's been a very busy time because of my day job. So, other than that, we're doing, of course, putting the stuff on Facebook and the meeting on YouTube through the video, so that way it can be followed up on later if ever needed. Those are all the activities I can think of at the moment. I won't ramble like I usually do.
We do have to fix the Discord problem. So right now,
Yes.
anyone that's on Discord, that one is going to be getting replaced.
Yeah, we're gonna rebuild it better when we first set it up. there was admin issues, and then through testing, it got messed up more. So we're gonna rebuild that properly.
I know I'm supposed to be quiet, but,
No, you're not.
a suggestion. The website can't be seen unless you're a member of that website, correct?
No, the page.
The page, the
The
web
page, the
page.
Facebook page is public. Anyone can go to it. Only members can make the post though, as the page.
It would be a good idea, the people that are a member of it, there's a part up there, invite your,
Yeah.
fellow legionnaires and auxiliary members and SAL. The more you get on the site, the better
Yep.
it'll get out there.
Yeah, definitely. If go to the district page, Facebook page, hit that invite, get your friends to like the page, because that helps push the notifications to them, and that way they can. It's that stuff. I'll be honest. I'm so used to Facebook, I never think to mention to do that because it's habit for me working on it all the time. But yes, so make sure you hit that invite button and tag your Facebook friends with it and say, hey.
One that we haven't been able to access, for some reason, a gentleman from Texas is being able to get on there and post all kinds of things going on there.
Somebody allowed me to join 2 days ago. I'm just saying, somebody's
Well,
got access to it.
Yeah, but they just won't give us access, and that's the issue. We're not sure who that is, because they don't, for those that have never ran a Facebook group as opposed to a page, when you get, if you're an admin or a mod on there and you get a notice, all you do is hit accept. You don't even have to go to the group.
And I shared it over to the district page. And I keep going in and refreshing that post every now and then, just to keep it up towards the top, because stuff keeps getting added.
And that's all for events.
Okay. Internal affairs report. Nothing. For VA&R, we do have post-service officer school. Everybody in this room is eligible to go to the day. It's a Saturday. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, is at the department headquarters. Okay? You'll learn, it's a PowerPoint presentation. It takes about 8 hours. You'll get lunch. You'll learn what all that the VA offers your veterans and their families for their disability programs, their burial rights, the different programs and laws that guide their disabilities, and things like that. Okay? These laws change every year and several times a year. But the service officers go to a school for 2 weeks every spring in Washington, D.C. And they condense that 2 weeks into an 8-hour PowerPoint. And when you go and spend that day, at the end of the day, you'll be put on a mailing list, and you'll be given a thumb drive with the complete PowerPoint. They'll be mailing that PowerPoint thumb drive to you, so you can bring it back to your squadron and your post, so you can get it to your post service officer, so he can bring that training to your post. Okay? You guys can Camp Lejeune water problems. We did that last fall at our post. Okay?
When is it?
It's the third week in September on a Saturday. I know the ladies auxiliary has something that Saturday.
The 20th. Ooh, that could be our midwinter, or our
Yes.
school of instruction.
School of instructions that weekend could be.
Hasn't been set yet,
Okay,
can't assume.
well, we can hope. All right? But it's well worth going. Okay, you need to call Bill Genostio, is the department service officer, and you need to make a reservation for this course. Okay? You don't have to be a service officer. Anybody's allowed to attend. I highly recommend it. Okay, I haven't missed one of those classes in 12 years. Okay? You want to attend them every year. You don't want to miss a year because they change every year. The laws and the classes change that fast. So do attend. It's worth it. Thank you. VE&E. We don't have anybody on the VE&E committee. Could we get a volunteer for that committee? Please, we could really use somebody on that committee.
What is it?
Veterans Employment and Education. They only have one in-person visit a year. They have one online visit a year. Oh, come on, gentlemen. Okay, how about a POW MIA report?
The latest report I received on Monday, they have identified 2 remains, one from Korea and one from Vietnam. More information will be coming out within the next couple of weeks after they notify the families and what they're going to do, how they're going to do memorial services. But they just said they've been identified, but they haven't announced any names yet of them, so, because they want to make sure the family is notified first before the so-called media gets a hold of it and blows it all up like they did with the gentleman from Michigan last fall. They got information who it was, and they were bombarded. The family wanted to know what they were going to do, and the family hadn't even been notified yet that they had found the remains of a gentleman from Vietnam.
How about Legion Riders?
Coming up on the end of the season, we have one breakfast left at 496 and one here at 331. Next Sunday and the second Sunday is ours, 496. The district romp starts August 23rd. If I remember correctly, he's still working on that.
Okay.
Still working on, I'm in charge of the riders.
What date's that again?
So the 23rd of August is right now the set for the district riders romp. Kind of is 496 is sponsoring this year, well, for the home club. We have a ride committee trying to work on a ride setup. We still have a couple more district meetings to kind of iron out some of that, what they got to do.
Okay, thank you.
That's the weekend national convention for the Sons of American Legion.
Just one of the many.
Yeah.
National Convention for Auxiliary and Legion too,
Yeah.
in Tampa.
Okay, Child Welfare Foundation report.
Right now, the donations to the Child Wellness Foundation, as they're now changed the name to it, are down a little bit this year, but the last report I have, Arizona once again is leading the nation. Ohio's in second or third place as of the last report. Last year, Arizona raised over $100,000 last year just in their own detachment, and Ohio was third with $55,000. But every penny, every dime goes in there, goes to help children. They send out to different agencies that are studying stuff for children or to help children get well by doing medical studies, or actually even send money to some children's hospital to help with studies there for cancer and lung diseases.
How about oratorical? Can anybody speak on it? Jake's not here. No? Okay, how about Buckeye Boys Day? Roger, you want to talk about it?
No, Steve is. I'm just
He's not here.
Well, anyhow, just to let you all know, May 4th at 10 a.m. is going to be the orientation for Buckeye Boys State. It's going to be at the Kent Legion on the hall side. If you want to show up and see what it's all about, by all means, come in. We'll probably have 40 young men and their parents there. Buckeye Boys State begins June 8th through the 14th. This year, if you want to come down and visit, you need to let the headquarters know, because our insurance is requiring everybody to submit themselves to a background check. So if you've never been to Buckeye Boys State, I recommend you go and spend the whole day. Make sure you get to the assembly, because it will be amazing to see what the American Legion actually does in the state of Ohio. I'm on the staff, John's on the staff. That's it. But it is an amazing organization. It not only tells you about, or trains the young men about government and how it's run. They make them run for positions. It also teaches leadership and public speaking all at the same time. So they say it's a week to shape a lifetime, and it really is. It really is. So, am I missing anything?
There is a non-bipartisan bill going through the state right now. Christy White, who is the coordinator for Buckeye Boys State, she will be going to the State House at some point to speak on behalf of Boys State. But they're looking to make Buckeye Boys State, Buckeye Girls State the premier leadership event for young leaders in the state of Ohio. And this is both on the Democratic and Republican side of the House that they're looking to do this for.
Yeah, and also the state of Ohio won an award, the national award for first place in Americanism, and Buckeye Boys State, I believe, is probably one of the main reasons why. If your post isn't sending young men down to this, or Buckeye Girls State, I highly recommend you look into it, and the SAL help the Legionnaires get young men to it. We used to have over 12,000 young boys come every year. COVID hit and went down to 0 the one year, but then the next year it went up to 650, 600.
Yeah, we're moving
like
to
that.
around the 650, then it went up just under 7. I think this year, right now, they have 750 slots paid for. The last word I heard, I know I talked to Christy on the phone the other day. She already has 5.5 boys who are registered for Buckeye Boys State. So it is starting to move.
Okay. See, you could have done it. Man.
How many squadrons you got boys paid for from the squadron?
Well, I'll tell you something, since Ravenna's here and we're at your post, you guys sent me down. I went to Ravenna. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. When Joe B was the high school football coach, he put me in for it. My dad was a Marine from Korea. I never even knew what Buckeye Boys State was. Some Legionnaire walked in, interviewed me, and said, "Hey, you want to go?" I'm like, "Sure, I got nothing else going on." And I'm telling you, it did. It changed my life. It was an amazing program. And I give back to it every year because of that.
So what I'm hearing is you're an eligible member of the SAL and you're not a member of the SAL?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Need to fix that. We need to fix that, sir.
I can throw your card out right now.
Please.
Oops.
I hate you.
You got John there, who's a member of both the Legion and the SAL.
Well, Bob too.
And then Bob and Steve Mazurek and
Give me the paperwork. Oh, really? Give me my money.
He's flying everyone around, that's what.
I got called for it a couple weeks ago.
It's only $10 for your dues?
For, yes. For,
I thought it was 25.
It should go up because it's $10 per capita.
Still not, we don't charge them.
Ah, okay.
We only charge
That makes sense.
I always thought it was $30. I would have joined a long time ago.
If you're a member, you don't pay anything beyond what has to be paid on.
Talk about Roger not being a member and that, getting him signed up. When the Legion was sponsoring the racing cars with Chip Ganassi, they were sitting there and he started talking about it. Jimmy Johnson, he's sitting there talking about how his dad was a member of the armed forces and that. I can't remember who the past national commander was, walked up to him and says, "Are you a member of the Sons of the American Legion?" No. They pulled out a membership card and says, "Here." They had him fill it out, and they signed him up right then and there. He's a member of out in California. One of his dad's post out in California.
I have
Come to find out
applications in
that
my
Chip
car.
Ganassi also was eligible, and they signed him up.
They're in my trunk.
let's see, at one point in my briefcase, I had all three. I've used them since and haven't replaced them yet.
I got more in my briefcase.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one thing. I'll go back real quick to activities, real quick if I can. Every year, 566
Whoops, there you go.
has gone for the Nortons. The last, 7 years we've been in Norton?
Yeah.
Cider Fest. And we've gone out there with applications for the auxiliary, the Legion, the SAL, handed them out. And this past year in October, we were out there, we handed out over 2,500 American flags. Just by asking people, do you belong? Are you a veteran? We didn't get anybody signed up for 566, but we got one guy come in and said, "Well, I live in Wadsworth," so we gave him the information for the Wadsworth post. The Wadsworth commander called me and says, "Thank you, Fred. We have," he says, "we have a Legionnaire, we have an auxiliary member. We have 4 members of the Sons of the American Legion and 3 members of the Junior Auxiliary," because he come out and signed up. He said, "What can we do to thank you?" And I said, "You get somebody that lives our neck of the woods, send them tomorrow."
And that's something to point out too, is don't forget to check out with your local festivals. Yeah, the Cider Festival gives us a free booth since it's a veteran service organization. I know here in Ravenna at Christmas time, you have the Christmas walk and lighting. Check with them. They might give you a spot to set up. And then you can harass whoever from my company comes to ice carve.
Right. If you look, you've got these 3-pack application forms, but Roger's still not right here. You can print them out yourself.
I got some if anybody needs them.
Yeah. There.
Well, let's see, for us, for the Cider Fest and what we used to do with Medina, Dad and I set up and we did an envelope with some of the information in there, the applications in there, and that's what we hand out. And it works good because it lets the person take it home, read it at their leisure, and then if they got questions, they've got one of our numbers on there. They can reach out to any one of us with any questions they got.
Okay. Any other committees that we've kind of skipped over or forgot? Gentlemen, can you think of anything we missed? Any committees that we forgot? Any scholarships or anything like that? Okay, let's go on to
Scholarships. The SAL Past Detachment Commanders Club, we offer a scholarship every year. You have to be a member of the SAL, and there's forms that we send out at the end of December, 1st of January. They're supposed to go out, you fill them out, have the person fill them out, then it's sent to the past detachment commanders, and we judge on the qualifications. This year, I haven't heard exactly who it is, but both boys were from the 12th district this year that applied for it. One of the ones that I know I voted for, Keith Weiland, he's already going to graduate from Columbus High School this year, but he's also automatically he's also a sophomore this year at Ohio State University. His grades are that good. He got in freshman. Now he's studying at Ohio State University, a senior in high school and a sophomore at OSU. So, he wants to be a doctor.
Okay, let's go to unfinished business. Okay.
Nothing at the present time.
Okay, new business. We need to get us out of system.
What's
For
that?
the elections.
And that comes under the good of the SAL.
Okay. Then we don't have any guest speakers. Okay, let's go to the SAL. Now, would you like to take us out of?
Yep. Okay, gentlemen, we're going into the election of officers for the district for the upcoming year. We'll elect a commander, a first vice, and a second vice. All other officers in the district are appointed. That's basically who we do. So the floor is open for district commander.
I'll nominate Fred Jr.
Max up.
Don't do it.
No.
I'm not even in good standing yet. Am I in good standing?
Any other nominations for commander?
I'd like to volunteer.
Bob Carson has put his name in. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Now, gentlemen, we have two candidates. So we can do a roll call, we can do a hand vote, a roll call vote, or by ballot. That's up to the floor. And we don't, our judge advocate is not here, which is also Steve Hanson.
I can look with a hand vote.
Yeah?
Hand vote.
All right. All in favor of Fred Hartline II for commander, raise your hands.
That's majority.
Yeah. Jordan.
That looks like a majority of the votes.
For you, Fred.
Okay, nominations for first vice commander. Need somebody to run for first vice commander, gentlemen.
Nominate Bob Cook.
I'll accept it. Any other nominations for first vice?
No.
Oh,
I nominate John Lyon.
The only thing that'd be nice is if we could get, the only thing that'd be nice is if we could get somebody that's not part of 566 to be an officer. But there's always next year, hopefully, on that one.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. We can use new blood, folks. We could really use new blood.
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't holding four positions right now.
So Roger, did you nominate John?
No,
John turned it down, okay.
I had too much going on.
And one of these days, we might get John to actually run through the district for the squadron side of it.
Any
When I start getting rid of hats.
other nominations for first vice? Final call, any nominations for first vice? Bob, you just got railroaded. Second vice commander.
I nominate George.
Sure no one wants to run against me, or what about that?
I second the nomination for George.
Does George accept? I'll accept. But that fresh blood needed still stands.
Yes, yes. Any other nominations for second vice? Any other nominations for second vice?
You hear the toot again.
All right, gentlemen, that's all the officers that we elect. We appoint chaplain, historian, sergeant at arms, finance officer is automatically Steve because he's appointed. He's already doing the books, I figure we might as well
Leave him in place.
Mr. Mazurek in place.
Yes, he said he'd take finance officer again.
And adjutant. Anybody would like to volunteer to be chaplain?
I've been doing it anyway, filming for.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, a chaplain.
Yeah, I talked to Ed the other night. His legs and his back have just been bothering him so bad he hasn't even been able to get out and visit veterans like he likes to do, or even go to his church and help them set up and that stuff.
What was his wife said? She forced him to go to the barber shop to get a haircut because he didn't even want to go do that.
Sergeant at arms, anybody like to be sergeant at arms?
You keep that as Jake.
If he pays his dues. He's not registered at department headquarters at national headquarters, his dues being paid.
I would talk to him. We'll take care of that.
I was gonna talk to him about that today because I got a notice from National telling me, hey, these guys are officers in the district, how come their dues aren't paid? How about historian? Anybody would like to be a historian? Come on, somebody speak up and be a historian.
Wouldn't that since I already do the camera and pictures, would that really kind of fall with what I'm doing anyways?
Partly, but somebody else besides just you doing photos.
Yeah. I'm
Because
just
you
saying.
really can't do photos when you're recording.
True.
Still shots.
That position will stay open.
stay open. We do it like we've done in the past. Anyone that takes photos can just let us know they've got photos and get them to us.
Gentlemen, that completes the election of officers. I already know, don't even say it, I already know I'm the agitator of this.
Thank you, Fred.
I'm the Maytag.
You don't have a choice in that one.
I'm the Maytag man.
Okay. Where are you proposing next week?
Announcements.
That'll have to be determined where the location will be, but it'll be the last Sunday of July.
Yes.
Location pending, as soon as we can figure that one out.
May I speak on that?
Yes.
Last year, we scrambled to find a place to hold district meetings all year long. The last minute, department would like us, the attachment department would like us to get them set so they can assign officers to come speak to us. Last year, we went to Stowe, we went to Stowe, 566. We were here and we were at 496. We'd like to find another squadron that would like to pick up and maybe host a squadron, host a meeting, instead of just going to the same areas we've gone for the past 10 years. 281 just hasn't held a meeting in 2 years because Stan hasn't been doing too good. Their squadron is kind of iffy over there right now.
We've also stepped back from going to Streetsboro because every time we get a hold of them to hold it, they've already got something booked in the room.
We've got 272 that is just starting back.
That'll be one of the ones we might look into.
Yes.
Like I said, the meeting will
yeah,
be
Joe-
determined because we're gonna find out an optimal place to hold it, to make sure we've got enough room, because hopefully with the turnout we got today, and I wanna thank you that showed up, because this is the most we've actually had in, I can't even remember the last time.
And this crowd wouldn't fit in 272.
No.
Joby let me know he is
I don't know,
working
we've been quite a
today.
few in there for the Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and bad part on that one, me and Dad know, we were,
Yeah, it was crowded.
it was definitely crowded in the little room.
Joby let me know from 272. He had to work today.
I volunteered for one.
What's
We'll
that?
talk to them, Dad, 674.
We've been up there a couple times, but then I lost contact with anybody up there.
And we got some new officers in SAL,
Yeah.
so we're working on to do more stuff, so.
I know. What are you, Tony?
No, not Mike, and this is Troy.
Troy, I met
He's the
Troy.
commander, yeah.
I know I've been sending you
The
both something to
auxiliaries
find out
really
what's going
stepping
on
up
and
here.
Moving on
Yes.
too, yeah.
And I tried to contact, last one I had contact with up there that ever got back to me, and I heard from him Dennis, I think was his name.
He resigned as the commander,
And he sent me a letter saying, don't contact me ever
yeah.
again.
He got the course I did. He got a COP real bad. He gets cranky.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
I mean, we were up there one time for a district meeting.
Yeah, I remember I was there.
And as we were leaving, Dave Cobb and I were driving back home. We ran into the darndest snowstorm coming back through Ravenna and that. We almost stopped in here to see Dan here to let it go by.
We're a mile from Trumbull County line. so
Oh, yeah. I know where you're at. I've been there many, many times.
Yeah, we'll be more than happy to do some meeting, no problem.
Awesome.
Well, how about the July meeting?
Yeah.
You guys you can double check with the Post and get back to us.
Let's double check our schedule with the post.
That way we don't have any problems like we ran into one location. We showed up for a meeting, they didn't even have us on the books at all. And we just ended up, me and Dad were the only two that showed up. We just made a call and said, no meeting this month, no one, and we didn't even bother.
The only thing is, we have a monthly drawing for the monthly on the last Sunday of the month, but that should not be a problem. We got plenty of room.
I can remember going up there back in
We
the,
camp, all the camps, other guys just camp out there, remember?
oh, yes, yes.
Big roads, That's the one I'd like to talk to.
I remember going up there one year, I walked in the room and it was a Sunday, it was the Browns Steelers game.
Oh, yeah.
Walked in there, a gentleman says, "Are you a Browns fan or a Steelers fan?"
No, man.
I says, "I'm for the squad, I'm for the SAL meeting." "Oh, okay, you can go back to the back room."
That should not be a problem.
Well,
So it was all in good natured fun.
the last Sunday of July will be July 27th.
Okay, what time do you want it, Luke?
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 o'clock on July 27th. Okay, let me prove it with our commander. We gotta ask him if the hall's available that day. Or see the bar manager, make sure it's not raining that day. We'll
Okay.
put it in writing. Well, who can we call to confirm this?
Me.
Okay.
When is department convention?
Department convention is July 11th to the 13th.
Okay. Because if it was that weekend again, we wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah, that would be a case of
Yeah.
adjusting around like we've done.
Yeah, we've done that.
In the
lots and
past.
lots of times.
What is the meeting, July 27th? What meeting is that?
Just our summer
Summer
conference.
conference.
Yeah, some,
That's our next meeting.
In July, you get the cards too, then
At department convention, the card should be in
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right, we will
over
have-
at
If,
Independence.
as long as they come out of national.
Okay.
And National, I understand, is already having a problem printing cards this year.
and if it's like was done last year, we'll have them at the meeting to hand out at that time.
Yeah, we got ours in Steveville.
Because that's just, it made it a lot easier than me and Dad making trips to every post to drop them off. And we went to one post to drop off the card and there wasn't even a member at all, even of the Legion at the time we stopped, to give the cards to. And I looked at Dad and all the people was in there. I can't remember what post it was. Nobody was anybody we even recognized. So I told Dad, I said, we are not even leaving the cards because I want to make sure they get to the right people. And we got with the person and we met him in a Walmart parking lot to give him the cards at the center point between the two areas.
Okay, we'll get back with you to confirm that date.
All right.
You should have all my information I've mailed to you and that stuff. Fred Hartline.
Fred Hartlock, I got you on phone, yes, sir.
Senior and a second.
Okay, yeah, I seen that.
So,
Okay.
You guys have been around a while, I can tell you.
44 years I've been in this organization.
That's a good thing.
Since literally the day I was born.
Good.
I've been in
That's
for-
great to hear.
And I've been in for 66 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay. Do we have any other announcements, gentlemen? Okay. Dan, would you like to do the drawing?
Oh, the drawings. Here we go.
Okay, right now, quickly, the SAL at 566, we've now taken over Friday nights, doing different sandwiches and dinners. And the second and fourth Friday night, George is there doing his karaoke and that, so feel free to come out and join us and have a good time. We had our fish fries this year. We actually did not too bad for the first year doing fish fries. We did pretty good for the year.
That's good. Did you guys get in?
Yes, I got it, yes, we both did.
You didn't get in, did you? I'm gonna have him draw since you get in it. Reach in and grab one. Can you tell what that is? It's real small writing, cursive.
Say, just read the number, George.
We don't have a number.
Oh, okay.
Looks almost like a D.
Yeah.
MK?
Let me see her.
Anybody? There has to be someone in here.
Is it D or R? R-U-D?
I don't know.
Oh, that's probably me.
Come on, wake up.
Is that you, Roger?
Yeah, guys, what's wrong with you? That's Roger.
Money back.
I donate my winnings back to your District 14.
It would have been 32 fish.
All right.
So, There, look at that.
District Commander one.
Okay,
Does anybody have anything for sick call?
Keep Bill Towns in your prayers.
Yes. We do have Bill has had surgery.
I'm pretty sure everyone already has, but we do have a card to sign for him from the district. And we will get that mailed out tomorrow.
Yep.
As long as it don't get put on the abyss of the table and misplaced like the one,
Steve Nesbitt's son.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Property,
Yeah, Steve Ness.
Brown Street Post Office on your way home. Okay?
I don't have any stamps.
the stamps are still sitting at home on the table because
Okay.
they got to put them in the
Okay, guys.
briefcases.
All right. Chuck, let's. Those ceremonies. Is there any further business to come before this meeting? If not, the squadron chaplain will lead us in closing prayer. Cover, please.
Almighty God, the hour has come where we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care. Thou who art a strong tower of defense and our protection, and grant that in life's battles we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity, and shall reflect honor upon your country, glorify thy great and holy name. May good providence shield us from all harm and bring us together again in our true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Till we meet again, let us remember our obligation to the country can be fulfilled only by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be ever a main objective of the Sons of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. Colors in place and salute. 2. I now declare this meeting of the 14th District Sons of the American Legion Detachment of Ohio adjourned.
I have a